What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Oil Stream Game Day, Game 5, into the Elimination Chamber. The Edmonton Oilers and the Los Angeles Kings. We will set that up as we work our way through the Oil Stream today. If you are listening on TuneIn, on iHeart, or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, feel free to fire us a text message at 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Spency 5 cents, he says, I need to make my monthly pilgrimage to Italian Center Shop soon. Yes, a Nielson show sponsor. They would appreciate your support. Tommy Gazzola, fresh haircut from Chantal, wearing the game day suit. You are in your element right now, Tommy. Tommy, you're glowing like a pregnant lady.
Thank you, I guess. Yes, we're in my element here. It's been a busy day at the rink. I just did a look for a rink report with the always dapper Daryl Evans, who
beautiful.
Dusty,
Man, you're dressed like a hobo if you stand next to Daryl Evans.
I know. He's wearing like a tuxedo with a red bow tie this morning, and that's just his morning skate outfit. Like, wait till he dresses up tonight. Like, he has like a suit for the morning and then a suit for night. The guy is on a whole different level. So, yeah. He was great. Some excellent information from him. So look for that a little bit later on if you want to get some more pregame content going. And I know everybody's excited for this game. But yeah, this is for a elimination game. It's kind of quiet around here, which is interesting. Okay. You know, not a lot of buzz. Just really quiet is how I would describe it around here today, which is kind of different.
Would you say that's a calm sense of they're going to get it done tonight? It's not like they could be eliminated tonight, right? So the others must feel pretty good about it.
There is an understanding or comprehension, I would say. Being in the room, listening to the guys, talking to them today. I had a good chat with like Derek Ryan and Ryan McLeod. And not even talking about the game, just talking about other stuff. And they're in a good headspace, it feels like. And then, you know, with the availabilities, listening to Zach Hyman and Conor McDavid, just a quiet confidence. And I even had a little quick chat with Glenn Gulletson about that. And he says that's a good place to be in, good headspace to be in. So that's where they're at. Now, listen, LA, desperate. They know what they need to do. They need to play like they did in Game 4. But they were loose. They were kicking the ball around, playing sewer ball, and they had their disco dancing or their techno music going. And,
techno music.
You know, they're just trying to get into it, feel loose. And
that's how it is, hey? Is that how you dance to techno music?
That's how I dance to techno music.
Man, I don't know if I've ever seen you dance in my life.
I'm a great dancer.
Are you a great dancer? I mean, you must have. We've been out together a lot. I don't know if I just can't remember you on the dance floor. But like, I like to get out on the dance floor. I don't remember you being on the dance floor much.
I think we were dancing at Eric's wedding together.
Oh, Eric's wedding. Yeah, okay. I don't remember much of Eric's wedding.
And I think it was a good time, that's for sure.
I remember he had Italian Center Shop subs for the midnight snack.
I took 2 on my walk home.
I remember crushing those things. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
good. That's good.
Yeah, it is good. Okay, so okay. Well, that's good. You're a good dancer. I gotta see this. I want to sit back one time and watch you get out there and dance. All right, you can hit us up in the nasty chat. Hey, if you're watching over on YouTube today, we're already at like 20 likes. Let's keep hammering that thumbs up as we work our way through this game day episode of the Oil Stream. Tommy will be back later tonight. GCL Diesel pre and post game show, West Edmonton Mall, Hudson's on Bourbon Street. Swing on by, see Tommy there tonight. He's going to be taken off to the game, be in the building for periods 1 and 2, then back for the post game a little bit later on tonight. I'm going to be kicking around. I'm going to stick around. I always have meetings. I've got a meeting there tonight. Somebody's coming by for a chat. So
tonight?
Tonight. At
Bourbon Street?
Yeah, Bourbon Street. Yeah, I was just like, if we're gonna meet, I might as well swing by Bourbon Street to do it. So yeah, I'll see you at Hudson's tonight. Maddie's got some tech he wants me to. Right, Maddie? Yeah, I got to bring you the backup Wi-Fi stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll bring that down too as well. Yeah. But so Tommy will be there tonight. GCL Diesel pre and post game show. Obviously, pregame gets rolling tonight. Tommy, 6:30.
6:30.
All right, and then post game to follow tonight as the Oilers look to eliminate the Los Angeles Kings yet again. Portions of the Oil Stream, of course, the entire bad boy is presented to you by Boston Pizza. Fuel your fandom in the postseason at Boston Pizza. They got the flight of wings right now. They've got the triple play platter. They've got the halftime, which is half square footer, half Bandera bread kind of square footer.
Crazy.
Absolutely delicious stuff at Boston Pizza. Fuel your fandom with Boston Pizza, the presenting sponsor of the Oil Stream. Tommy, you said, it's a little bit quiet, but busy day. You got the rink report coming up. Any thoughts on, I don't want to spoil the rink report, which will be posted over on our YouTube channel, coming up a little bit later on this afternoon. But what's the vibe around a team facing elimination here tonight? What do you got?
Well, I mean, LA's been through this before, so the familiarity of it all is kind of like, well, here we go again type of thing. So just listening to the Kings while they were kicking the ball around, I was talking to Sean May, who's the director of PR for the Kings now, used to be with the Oilers. There's an understanding of their situation, and they know that all they can do is just go out there and play and try to replicate what they did in game number 4. And if they do that and they kill off the one power play opportunity they gave to Edmonton, they have a chance to win. So, that's where the calmness from both sides is coming. But it seemed like the Kings were loose, all things considered. Now, I was running around. I didn't get to the availabilities for the Kings, but I'm sure they're very well aware of how they have to approach tonight and are going to be businesslike when it comes to puck drop tonight at 8:20.
Ugh, gross.
Mike,
it could be worse. It could be later. It could be almost 9 o'clock. So I guess settle for the 8:20. Mike in Thunder Bay texted, says, beat them in 7, beat them in 6, time to beat them in 5. Now, it's interesting. How important do you think it is to close them out tonight? And I'm not talking about, worried about going back to LA and that stuff. I'm talking about in the overall bigger picture of a Stanley Cup run, which is what this team wants to be focused on, Tommy. Nashville and Vancouver, I think it's going to go 7. Could still go 6, but there could be a significant amount of rest time here for the Oilers if that series ends up going 7. So how important is it to kind of look what the Avs just did to the Jets? Put it away. Now they get to sit back and watch Dallas and Vegas beat the crap out of each other, probably for 7 games there as well. They're playing tonight before the Oilers game. How important do you think it is to just get this thing taken care of in 5?
Well, the Oilers have some bumps and bruises that they want to take care of as well, and they want to heal up. So it's up to them to decide if they're going to be able to be efficient with what they do tonight and take care of business. And it is important. It's clutch. It's key. I mean, it's the difference between, A, giving LA some more life and hope, which you don't want to do. And then B, if you do want to rest up and you do want to give yourself the best possible opportunity in round 2, and that means being at as close to 100% healthy, then just go pedal to the metal, empty the tank tonight. That should lead to success. Edmonton is clearly the better team, and then you can reap the rewards, and that's a couple of extra days of rest because, it looks like those other series probably will be extended. And when is Vancouver going? I think it's like Friday the next game, or one of them is a few days from now. So there's a couple days between games in one of those series. So take advantage. This is a great opportunity. Edmonton has set itself up really nicely here through hard work, determination, maturity, I would throw in there as well, and continue to show that by having an excellent Game 5 and do what Colorado did. Colorado beat a hell of a Winnipeg team, and they did it in a bunch of different ways. So same thing. More of that.
You are right. Vancouver, Nashville. Game 6 is not until Friday. Game 7, if necessary, would be Sunday. So you would be looking like the earliest, if that goes 7, would be Tuesday. And then you got a team coming in off just 1 day rest. You're rolling in with 6 days. And at that point, you can kind of juggle the rust versus rest type of thing, or whatever you want to get into that. But we'll do that if they end up getting there. So I do think in the overall bigger picture, it's less opportunity for somebody to get hurt in Game 6. Right, it's less opportunity for things to go against you when things have been going so well in your favor right now. So I do think it is very important for them to finish off this series tonight. I have confidence that they will. Obviously, you can slide over on Coolbet right now. We do have the EST parlay that has been posted. Last time I looked, I think it was plus 375. I think that's where I bet it. It is Conor McDavid over 1.5 points tonight. Zach Hyman with a goal. Bouchard with a point. and the Oilers to win tonight. Have to think Zach Hyman finds the back of the net in a game like this, don't you, Tommy?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's been very good. He's been very good. He's been around it. He scored some important goals. He's opened up the scoring. He did in game, 3 against LA. Yeah, I like those odds. I mean, this team, it's been clicking this series, and that's been the guys that are usual suspects coming through. So more of that, please. And if you were to say Zach Hyman to score, I would be like, yeah, I'd take that bet.
This is a text that comes in from Eden. Of course, if you're listening on TuneIn, iHeart, or hell, if you're watching on YouTube and you just don't want to comment over there and you want to fire us a text, inbox is always just getting pounded. Eden is in and says, hey, boys, is there anything the Kings can do to improve their special teams? 5-on-5, it's kind of been dead even, but the Oilers have crushed the Kings on special teams. If I was LA's coaching staff, I'd try to zero in on the PP and PK. I mean, they obviously have to be. The Kings have to be pretty ecstatic with the 5-on-5 game so far. I mean, they played the Oilers even, but they have no answer on. You need, if you're going to extend this thing, and I don't think they do, but let's pretend in a world they do. If they're going to, Tommy, one of their special teams units has to contribute. Whether it's the penalty kill or the power play, both cannot continue to be insanely. The Oilers are the only penalty kill in the whole playoffs that haven't allowed a goal yet. What do you think's more likely to happen? Their penalty kill, which was one of the best in the league, figure it out, or the power play contributes at some point?
I'd probably go with power play.
That's what I was going to say too, I think, yeah.
Edmonton's PK was middle of the pack, sometimes below average all season long. I think the highest Edmonton's PK got to was about 13th at one point, and then they fell. And then they wrapped up the season 15th in the NHL, which is, top half, but barely. The power play, what Edmonton's doing on the power play is a masterclass right now. So I would point to LA's power play and say that's the one that I think that could break through, if anything.
What say you, people? 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or you can hit us up over in the Nasty Chat if you're watching on YouTube today, which is where the Nasty Chat can be found. Hammer a thumbs up for us over there and push the oil stream out to more people, cruising up towards already over 50. Nice little 100-plus pace with the thumbs up today. We appreciate it. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, if you're listening to the Oil Stream podcast after the fact, we would love for you to subscribe to our Edmonton Sports Talk YouTube channel. Just hit the sub button as we work our way towards 8,000 subs. But Library Pat says, has 5-on-5 actually been even? Game 1 included several fluky goals. I don't actually think it's been all that close. Interesting point from Library Pat.
I mean, and like the goals, what is it, 10-10, 5-on-5, or even strength?
Yeah.
Right? You get a couple of cheapies in game 1, but those are goals. And then I guess you could look at that, the first 3 games, and be like, Edmonton was better 5-on-5, slightly. But then you go to game 4 and you go, well, LA controlled that game. They were better 5-on-5. They had the majority of the zone time. They had the shot share, obviously. The quality of those chances, Edmonton did a great job protecting a house. Credit to them. But so I think, in the grand scheme of things, that goal scoring total, even strength, 5-on-5, I think it is pretty even at the end of it when it comes out in the wash. So, but for the majority of the first 3 games, I would say Edmonton had an edge, and then LA, what it did in game 4, kind of balanced it up. But maybe I would slightly give it to Edmonton. But yeah, 5-on-5 is going to be key. But I don't know, Dusty. You could argue till the cows come home about that.
Yeah. I mean, all that matters in the end is if you're scoring or not, let's be honest. Mm-hmm. And they're even 5-on-5.
Yeah.
Power play, significant advantage. Penalty kill's been lights out. Special teams are the reason the Oilers have been owning this series so far, which is good news because they're great on special teams. So, I mean, that's good news moving forward. Bad Andy in Victoria over on YouTube says, guys, I thought Tommy was going to see Chantal for a trim today. He went yesterday, but you don't get a lot taken off, right, Tommy? She just sort of cleans you up, right?
Well, she did take quite a bit off. It's just instead of slicking it back, I just pop it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it looks like she took a bit off the sides, eh?
The sides it got cleaned up. Yeah, the sides were getting bushy. So, and she gave me the straight razor on the back. You
didn't even have to request?
No, she just did it.
She just knows.
Oh, it felt so good. I feel liberated.
All right, we do have some of the stuff from the morning skate. Conor McDavid, should we hear from the captain, Tommy?
Why not?
Chance to finish off the Los Angeles Kings tonight. Here's what Conor McDavid had to say earlier here on a game day.
The obvious is just a thought on the opportunity to close it out and not give them life or have to play extra games here.
Yeah, great opportunity here on home ice to close out the series. Obviously, you never want to give a team life. You never want to, have give them an opportunity to get themselves going again. So big game for us.
I assume you guys have gone over the last game and looked at the tape and stuff. Obviously a minus 20 shot differential. I assume you don't want again. But when you watch a game like that, do you look at, okay, look how we defended and how desperate we played, or do you look for opportunities to create more offense?
Well, I think it's both. I thought we defended really well. I thought we we gave up shots, but I thought a lot of them were from the outside. Stu saw a lot of pucks. And the ones that when there was breakdowns, he was there and he was solid. So, with that being said, obviously we want to spend a little bit more time in the O-zone. Forecheck pucks a little bit better, hold on to them. Play down there, not defend so much.
Is there I don't know if pride's the right word when you shut out a team 1-0 in the playoffs, and the Oilers have only done it like 4 times in the history of the franchise, 4 or 5 times. Is that different than if you'd won 6-3 or not?
Well, in the playoffs, a win is a win. You take them any way you get them. Winning 1-0 or winning 6-3, as you said, there's really no difference. I thought LA played a really good game I thought we played a really smart, mature, patient game, and a 1-0 game was a result. So, I would like to see. Yeah, I thought it was good.
Conor, your power play is over 50% against the unit that was second best in the league this year. What are you seeing on it, and what's clicking right now for you guys on that power play?
Yeah, we got good players out there that are playing well and in sync and working for pucks back. I think that's the biggest thing for our power play. When we're working hard to get pucks back and keeping second and third pucks alive and giving our power play chance and time to be in zone. Eventually, we're going to break a penalty kill down. So, with that being said, they're a good unit over there. They're a good PK. They have been all year long, and but we've been finding ways to score goals.
I know scoring first is always important, but when you've got a team up against the ropes like this, if you can get the first one, maybe get them squeezing the stick a bit, maybe a little bit more emphasis in a game like tonight.
Starts are big. Starts are always big. We've said that, especially against LA in the series, just with how they play and stuff. So we want to come out of the gates, hot. Feed off the crowd, feed off the energy of our building, and put them on their heels in the first 10 minutes.
What would you say?
There you go. That is Conor McDavid, captain of the Edmonton Oilers. A couple of things there. I thought it's interesting. We've already talked a lot here about power plays and penalty kills and special teams so far in this thing. If you're watching over on YouTube right now, hammer the thumbs up or chime in on anything that you heard from the captain there. I thought he made a good point on one of the reasons that their power play may be as successful as been so far, Tommy, and that's working hard to get pucks. And not even resetting, like just re-attacking right away and not giving that Kings penalty kill much time to actually, sort of reset themselves. If they keep doing that tonight, I would have to think one of the Kings' main priorities tonight would be to track down any rebound after that first shot and just get it the hell out of the zone, force them to take 25 seconds to go back and reset things up again. Because I thought that was interesting when he asked about the power play success, getting the second and third opportunities, which is largely driven by a guy like Zach Hyman, go a long way for this team.
Simplicity, right? I mean, the basics, you have the fundamentals down, and then you throw in the wrinkles. But it was a smart answer, but not necessarily a cliche answer. But the other thing too, Dusty, is their puck movement when they are set up after they do retrieve it. They've got the Kings twisted around, right? Like the way they're moving it, the way they're getting their set pieces going. It's been it's been a masterclass so far in how they're able to do it. Now, there's been a few power plays that were duds. They're going to have those, but for the majority of it, I mean, 53%.
Yeah, when you're rolling over 53%, you can have a dud once in a while, right? Like,
yeah, and they're doing stuff that we hadn't really seen all season.
Yeah.
So it's getting to pucks, keeping them in, key plays like that. But then the other thing too is when they do have the possession, they're doing things to LA that LA couldn't have planned for because they literally have not seen it on any film.
12:24 on a game day. Tommy, of the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows tonight right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. It is the Oil Stream brought to you by Boston Pizza. Fuel your fandom at all Boston Pizza locations. Got that playoff menu locked and loaded right now. Let me see if I missed anything on the playoff menu earlier. Flight of wings, triple play platter, which is right up my alley. You get the Bandera bread, you get the Thai chicken bites, you get the cactus cuts. They've got the halftime square footer. Oh, and then the Chipotle chicken quesadillas as well. So fuel your fandom at Boston Pizza. Chipotle and chicken quesadillas in the same sentence. Are you kidding me?
I love Chipotle.
At Boston Pizza. We might hear a little bit from Knobloch a little bit later on, but your text message is 780-218-9999, or hit us up in the Nasty Chat today as well. Want to get to this one, and Chris says, refs will be the key for LA to win tonight. Now, I like this, that you could view that one of two ways. You could view it as, you know, it's just a very biased Kings whistle. They get 5 power plays, the others get none, get 1 or whatever, and maybe that ends up being the difference there. I view that more as, and this, call it major Homer Edmonton guy take if you want, but the only way the Kings win tonight, in my opinion, outside of, you know, a crazy 7-1 power play advantage or something, and it's blatantly ridiculous, is if the whistles are put away like they were last game. I know the others still won last game, but if this is a game where interference doesn't exist and the whistles go away and there's one penalty called, and then of course, to make it fair, there's a penalty called the other way. And that's about it. To me, Tommy, that's the recipe for the Kings to get into this game. And that doesn't come down to the Kings or Oilers taking or not taking penalties. Penalties are being taken. They're just not called, just like last game. So to me, if the whistles go away early here, I still think the Oilers will end up winning the game. I think they're winning no matter what tonight, but I think that's the Kings' legitimate only path to victory tonight if they do find that way.
Well, if they put the whistles away and LA can play the way they did in Game 4, then yes, absolutely, that opens up a clear path for them. Edmonton, in my opinion, should be the team that has the ability to throw its weight around more. I was a bit surprised that Edmonton was on the receiving end of the physical play more so in Game 4. Like, I think the Oilers are more than capable to play a heavy game, especially against the LA Kings, especially against the Kings defense. So that part of it, if Edmonton wants to, can play that heavy style of game and should be able to be more of the aggressor. The other way I think there's a path to success for the Kings tonight is if Edmonton does itself in and doesn't show up and coast through it this game.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. I just don't expect that, but that could be a way too. Yeah, no, you're right. That's fair.
They've shown up for every single game in the series. I mean, you could argue Game 2, they weren't particularly sharp, especially in the first period, the first 10 minutes, down 2-0, but they still clawed their way into that game, end up losing in overtime. But yeah, if Edmonton gets a little too casual, that could be a recipe for success for LA. But Dusty, I was surprised by Game 4 and how physical LA was able to be and impart their physical will on the Oilers. I think Edmonton, pound for pound, is the heavier team, stronger team, more capable of being the aggressor. So I think Edmonton can play that game if LA wants to go. Do you think
it's necessary for the Oilers to come out and kind of lower the boom physically in the first 10 minutes tonight?
I don't think it's necessary.
No.
I think they should do it though. I think they absolutely should make that a mandate and get the crowd going. You're going to have all this energy in here. Harness it, use it. Don't let it get to you. Like, don't get too caught up in it. Use it. It's like Kevin Nealon in Happy Gilmore. Take in the good energy, like a carousel, round and round, right? Like, that's what you want. And, as crazy as Kevin Nealon's character was in Happy Gilmore, he's right. Like a carousel.
He was great in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
I got feeling it. Feel the flow.
Feel the flow.
And they cut back to him sometimes. They'd be like, feeling it. Like, oh, what a classic. What an absolute classic movie, man. Good, right? Good reference on that one. T-Man is in and says, knock Doughty into next week. And I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday on Two Guys, or maybe it was Monday on Oil Stream, Tommy, but I felt like there was a focus to be even more physical on Doughty than everybody else on the Kings. Like, now it might be because he's out there all the time. He's got the puck a ton. So he's going to be put in that spotlight. He's going to give opportunities to be hit a little bit more than some of these other guys. Yes. But the Oilers are not shying away from taking every opportunity they can to try to beat down the old man on the back end.
Hey, and that old man is an effective player. He's still excellent. He's redefined his game. Maybe he's not as offensively gifted as he once was, or doesn't have that offensive prowess that he used to, but he is their number one D-man. He is evolved, and he is so important to them. And you saw, I think it was Kane got a piece of him, went for the hit, caught his knee a little bit.
Caught the left knee. It was the back knee. Doughty was trying to go this way, and it was the back knee, and he was feeling it a bit. Yeah.
Keep going. Hit him. Don't do anything stupid, egregious, or, over the line. But when you get an opportunity, finish the check and then move on. Like, simple as that. Like, this is going to be a physical game. And if LA wants to continue that, then again, push back, because Edmonton does have the brute strength to make that happen. And yes, I would key in on Drew Doughty. Yes, I would try to find a way to hit Adrian Kempe and continue to be physical on Anze Kopitar if you can be. So go after them, do it clean, play strong hockey.
780-218-9999. That is the inbox here on the Oil Stream. Portions of the Oil Stream brought to you by Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. Things just get better at Popeyes as the new crispy chicken buffalo wrap is now available. 2 classic hand-battered and breaded mild chicken tendies with bold buffalo sauce paired with the fresh lettuce, the tomato, the mild or the spicy mayo wrapped in a soft flour tortilla. Available in-store or delivery. And why not throw a buffalo poutine on the side as well and really take it all to the next level. I think that's
wow.
I think that's a good idea. I think that is a good
sounds great.
idea.
You know how much I'd be sweating if I ate one of those?
Especially in that suit, Tommy Gazzola.
Oh my goodness. It's a wool suit because it's cold today, right? So
it's a wool suit.
I would be sweating buckets.
Look at that. Yes. That is a wool suit. Mm-hmm. Holy smokes. Yeah, your armpit sweat must be crazy right now.
I won't go there.
Okay, all right. Somebody, who was it? Mojo says, or somebody said, hey, how long was I in the bathroom? The date says 2025. Oh, you fixed it, eh, Zacticum? I looked, too. I saw 05/01/25. I was like, what?
Numbers are hard.
And it's good to know we'll still be around. So that's real nice. I love seeing into the future. I think that's really cool. I fell asleep watching the movie Time Cop last night. Do you remember?
I've been watching Fallout.
Oh yeah, we watched the third. Awesome. We watched the third episode last night. How many episodes are you?
Show? 4, I think.
Okay, so you're a little bit ahead of me. Yeah. I just did I just did one that was based heavily on the Ghoul, the third episode, and
that's a good one.
He's my favorite actor, man. Walton Goggins is a legend.
He's great.
It's a really good show, man. I'm glad you're watching Fallout. Eric's already crushed the whole thing. I'm watching it with Tammy, so we can only sneak in shows when we have time. So last night we got one in. But yeah, I'd sit down if we didn't have kids and I didn't have to do a bunch of work every single evening, I'd watch that thing in 2 nights. I'd watch the whole thing in 2 nights.
It's so good. You know what I like about it too, Dusty, is like The Last of Us, it stayed true to the video games, and they did a great job with The Last of Us that way. I like in Fallout, I had to go and
have you played Fallout?
Read about Fallout. No, I've never played it. Okay. I didn't know that it came out in like 97. I didn't know how many of them there were. I would always see the cover of it and be like, oh, what's that game? Some kind of apocalypse game. But I read about it yesterday and I was like, okay, are they following one of the games? And it's a different story set in that world. And I like how they're doing that and it's part of the canon, as I've learned. So that's a kind of neat way it differentiates from The Last of Us, right? Instead of being like a copycat to The Last of Us, it's going its own path, and they're doing a great job. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
I like The Last of Us. I like Fallout more so far. So that's good. Spencer.
I like both of them.
Yeah. The Last of Us. Like I said, I like it. I just think because I'm Goggins and pro Goggins, I think I like Fallout a little bit more so far. Spency,
How dare you, Pedro Pascal?
I know. I like Pedro Pascal as well, but to me, Walton Goggins is better.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spency 5 cents. He says, "My mom just finished Fallout. I'm so proud." It's funny. I FaceTimed my parents quickly last night about some stuff, and they're like, "We just finished season 4 or episode 4 of Fallout." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you guys are watching Fallout too." I think it said Amazon Prime streaming records, so everybody's watching Fallout, which is
it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. Strummy is in and says, "Dusty, is Time Cop the one where Van Damme does the splits on a chair?" First of all, Van Damme does the splits in everything that he does. He does the classic move in Time Cop, and I love Time Cop, and I like Van Damme, so it works out really well, that movie. He's being attacked by two guys. The water jug in the kitchen spills onto the kitchen floor, and there's another guy with a taser who's aiming at Van Damme, and he goes to shoot him, and Van Damme, as the taser hits the water and electrocutes the guy, jumps up and does the splits on the counters in the kitchen. It's just like...
amazing.
Man, the guy made a career out of one move. Like, he does the splits. That's it. And it's amazing. Every time I'm like, yes, he did it. And then I try to put my leg up, and I'm like, I don't know how. It's insane.
Hey, he's a great dancer too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got that one gif where he's doing a little dance. Like, he's got the little swing there. It's that's a great gif too.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the game. We kind of got off track there. Mo says, "Good day, gentlemen. I'm predicting Cody Ceci game winner like Game 7 in 2022 against LA. Also, I'll see y'all Hockey Helps the Homeless this Friday at Terwilliger. Yes, all of our shows on Friday will be at Terwilliger. So." Nielson show, hangout, lock shop, oil stream, Friday, all of them at Terwilliger for Hockey Helps the Homeless. So if you're in the area and want to swing on by, say hi to the crew. We'll be set up there. Maddie went and tested the internet yesterday. It's way, 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 way better than our internet here even. So we're pretty excited about it. We might even be trying to relocate to the Terwilliger Rec Center permanently moving forward. So we'll be there, and we'll have a bunch of the guys who are playing in Hockey Helps the Homeless and stuff on the shows, and it should be a lot of fun actually. Looking forward to that. All right, let's get to a few more of your text messages rolling in here on the oil stream. It is a game day, and Ranger Seamus is in. Seamus, I guess. Ranger Seamus.
Seamus. Yeah.
Is that like some sort of sex thing that I'm not picking up on? Okay.
No, Seamus is just a normal name.
Okay, all right. Well, you never know. A Ranger Seamus, I don't know. Guys, Kempe should be the focus physically for the oil. Guy's a mouthpiece POS, who's also an Oilers killer, says Seamus today. That's the one thing. Good. Somebody else, I think it was in the nasty chat, maybe it was in the inbox, basically saying, play physical as much as you can against the Kopitar line. Try to knock them off their game, Tommy, because, I mean, even at 5-on-5, I just don't think Deneau, Fiala, Pierre-Luc Dubious, as we dubbed him on Tales of the North today. Like, I just don't think those guys are hurting you 5-on-5. It's the Kempe, Kopitar, Byfield line that really has the majority of the good looks. There's not much else on this Kings team up front.
I'm expecting more from Trevor Moore. Like,
I was going to say, at times he looks like he could do it.
But it hasn't happened.
But he hasn't. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. That's a guy that I think can rise up and be an X factor, if you will, or come up clutch. Like, that's a guy that I expect to, and he just hasn't this series. That's a testament to Edmonton's defense, a testament to the way that they protected the middle of the net. Like, he's a little buzzsaw, and he can score all kinds of different ways, and they haven't allowed him to wheel with the puck. They haven't allowed him to get to any rebounds. And Victor Arvidsson's kind of like that as well. But Trevor Moore is a guy that I've been expecting more offense from, and it just hasn't really happened. So Edmonton, kudos to the Oilers for being able to shut down the Kings' depth offense. And if that continues, then likely a recipe for success. But yeah, I really appreciate the game that Trevor Moore has. And he's a guy I always watch, always catches my eye whenever I watch a Kings game. And for whatever reason, through 4 games, his impact for the Kings has been minimal.
Guys, I want to see the Oil with a more aggressive forecheck than they had in Game 4. I felt LA came out of their zone way too easily last game. That's in from the Liquid Beaver today. I would agree with him on that one. Jason and Leduc, go ahead, Kings. F around and find out. We love the drama. Some might even say they thrive on it.
Oh, boy.
Man.
Oh boy,
Vander Kane with the drama answer,
that old thing,
which is classic. I tweeted out the video because I just loved Hyman going like he's such a good guy, but Hyman's just the best. He just
a good
is.
man.
Yeah, he's a
very good man.
He's hilarious, man. I think that's good. The Lebanon Don texts in and says Trevor more like Trevor less. That's a real. That's got Nielsen show vibe to it there. That's an AM nasty text if I've ever seen one. So that's a good one. Guys, bang bodies and get a 5-on-5 goal early and take any hope out of LA. Send them home sad and lonely. As I said on, do I still have the script for Tales of the North? Here it is. 60 minutes no more. The death blow comes tonight. Claim their soul and break their hearts. That's careful there.
That's poetry. You are just an absolute man. Like just a man about town when it comes to words.
Thanks, Tommy. Maybe it leads to Nesty for me at some point. Hey,
you deserve an Esty.
You never know.
Lifetime achievement Esty.
Oh, wow. Would that be something? The Esties are going to be happening after like our 1-year anniversary. Lifetime achievement. That's good. Anyway, Lebanon Don, great text. Keep them coming in. 780-218-9999. If the Oilers score first, you think that's it? No, you think the Kings can push back here?
No. I think we're going to see a very desperate LA Kings team. I think Edmonton has to score first, second, and third. I feel like this is going to be not high scoring, but I think we're going to see a bunch of goals. I don't think we're going to see 1-0 tonight.
You're thinking like 3-2, 4-3 maybe max?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, what do you got? 780-218-9999. Portions of the Oil Stream brought to you by 100.3 The Bear as well. Edmonton's Best Rock. I'm on with you, Conor McDavid, every single morning just before 7 o'clock. We'll get to a few more of your text messages over there. I did want to get to one nasty chat from V-Power. Says, guys, I wonder if Winnipeg can get Kempe and Byfield for a 5th rounder from the Kings. Oh, a hilarious joke. But in a weird twist, the Kings are still alive and the Jets are not. Now, they're both probably going to be eliminated in 5, so it's all equal when it's all said and done. But, actually, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Would this series be different if that trade was never made? We haven't asked anybody this. You think it would be?
Absolutely.
I think it's 2-2 right now?
About a tighter series.
Yeah.
Yep. I think LA, and I said it when they made the trade on our station, I think they weakened their roster. I think that bringing in Pierre-Luc Dubois
like the moment it happened, right, Tommy? Like the moment it happened, it looked like it wasn't a good move.
I didn't like it. I like Iafallo. I like Gabe Vilardi, and Rasmus Kapari was the third piece there. That was kind of like a toss-in my opinion, but I thought that they made their team weaker, the LA Kings did, when they went out and got Pierre-Luc Dubois and gave him that ridiculous contract. And man, we're seeing it. Like every time I talk to Dennis Bernstein, whenever the Oilers played the Kings this year, I asked, what's going on with Pierre-Luc Dubois? And every time DB says they're waiting for him to show up. Like the guy centered their 4th line last game. And Gabe Vilardi is just going to get better and better. Health, he got banged up this year. Iafallo is just a solid pro. That trade, Kevin Cheveldayoff, deserves like a polite golf clap for that one because he fleeced the LA Kings. And you know what, Dusty? Some of the conversations around the Kings media is that trade might cost Rob Blake his job. That's been some of the talk.
It should.
Yeah.
Like it should. You're trying to get rid of this guy. His no move hasn't even kicked in yet. Like it should. Like those are the types of jobs. Not like it should cost Rob Blake his job. And for Cheveldayoff, what it did was it kind of turned that franchise that was trending towards, man, Hellebuck, is he going to be gone? Is Scheifele going to be gone? Then they kind of made this deal. Right. They're like, man, this is actually a pretty good trade. Like, what can the Jets do now? And then they keep those other guys around, and they finished second in the West this year. I know they ran into a wagon here in the playoffs, but the Winnipeg Jets set the second-best regular season record in the Western Conference this year after this trade. So I would agree with you. I think this series is different if Rob Blake doesn't absolutely poop his pants and go out and pick up Pierre-Luc Dubois, which I still don't necessarily know why they decided to go get Pierre-Luc Dubois. They got Kopitar and Danault as a 1-2 punch down the middle. Never made sense in any way.
Man, I think that my guess is they just needed to make an impact. They felt they needed to make a an impact. They needed a game changer, and Pierre-Luc Dubois would be motivated to play in a new setting, and LA is perfect for him, and everything's going to change, and he's going to play like the Pierre-Luc Dubois, who was just an absolute beast for Columbus that one season. Not the case. Not the case. And the other thing, too, is I think it's revealed a lot about Pierre-Luc Dubois and the type of player he wants to be. Or when you want out from two different organizations and you don't really deliver, like, what does that say? What does that say about you?
I don't,
the type of player and character you have.
I don't want to use the term loser, but it comes across as very much a quitter and loser's mentality. You know what I mean? Like
no fire.
Yeah.
No fire.
Yeah. That's
no passion, no drive, no determination.
Not good. Not good.
Yeah.
And if that costs Rob Blake his job, then it costs Rob Blake his job, and nobody should feel sorry for him. Guys, Button had the best quote this morning about PLD. That was on our show this morning when he said he's not even on milk cartons. That's how invisible he is. Like, he's nowhere. He's nowhere to be seen. And I'm not expecting him to all of a sudden show up and keep the Kings season alive. Maybe I'll be corrected tomorrow morning if it happens, but I don't see that. Somebody else was asking, Dusty, did Jean-Claude Van Damme do the splits in sudden death? I would think. I mean, he was a goalie in sudden death, right? He would have had to have done the splits on the ice in sudden death. Somebody confirmed
like a young Tom Barrasso.
You know what's funny? Our Marshall's Ice Crushers Spring League team, they're the Penguins. So they have Penguins jerseys, right? And they have alumni names on it. So Marshall's 66 Lemieux. He loves it. He's like, look at me. I'm Mario. This is so okay. But the goalie, I don't know if it's just a coincidence or what, but our goalie, young kid, just kind of figuring out if he wants to be a goalie still or not, catches right-handed and has the Barrasso jersey.
Oh, my God. That's a Hall of Famer right there.
That was nuts. I couldn't believe it.
Hey, do you remember Tom Barrasso would also wear a golf glove under his catching glove?
Would he?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I don't know if I remember. I don't know if I even knew it.
It helped take the sting away, or
what
whatever.
A wimp. What a wimp! I know he won a Vezina as a rookie, right? Pretty sure he won the Vezina as a rookie.
I think he came out of high school hockey.
Did he jump straight from high school? Let me look that up.
Him and like Phil Housley.
He was a high school guy. There was no other stop along the way. Did he go straight from high school to a Vezina?
Buffalo. Yeah.
Let's see.
Which is just crazy if you think about it. It's like a LeBron/Kobe thing, but in hockey.
Yeah, it says here, it was Buffalo. When did he win the Vezina?
It's like 82.
Yeah, won the Vezina and the Calder in 83, 84. And you know what's amazing about it? His Vezina, it was so different back then. But he won the Vezina. He played 42 games, 26, 12, and 3, had a save percentage of .893. Goals against average, but a goals against average of .284, which is pretty respectable back in that day. So
back then when it was like 3 was good.
But yeah, his Hockey DB page doesn't exist prior to his rookie season in Buffalo, which would make us usually so straight from high school to a Vezina and a Cook. Can you imagine that happening now?
No,
that's insane. Like, when was the last time? Was the last goalie to jump? Like in draft year, it was Dan Blackburn. Dan Blackburn was drafted by the Rangers and played for them the following season.
Marc-Andre Fleury a little bit, right?
Did Fleury step right in as well?
I think Fleury did, yeah.
Makes sense. Both those guys are top 10 picks.
Rick DiPietro was ruined.
Yeah.
Blackburn, if he didn't have that shoulder issue, might have been something.
He would have been something. I covered him in junior when he was with Kootenay.
Yeah.
He was unreal. Best junior goalie I ever saw. He was phenomenal. That was good. All right, 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in over on the inbox. You can also hit us up in the nasty chat. Guys, the Oilers broke the Kings in Game 4. This one is done. No save Dave gets lit up. 5+ going into tonight. Good to see you, man. Yeah, good to see you. Good looking hat. I like it. Enjoy the game tonight. Noodles. We had Noodles on yesterday, and we were talking about Riddick, and he said he's a goaltender that when he's hot, and when he starts to fall apart, he doesn't handle it very well, runs very high on the emotion in game, Tommy. Do you think if they just get in his grill a little bit in the first period, they can rattle Riddick a little bit and try to legitimately throw him off. Like, I think he gets sucked into that game easier than a Stuart Skinner or a Cam Talbot or even a Pickard would, for that matter.
Yeah, I do remember David Riddick when he was with Nashville, I think it was, or maybe it was his last year with the Flames. He got yanked from a game, and he went down the tunnel and smashed his head into the door of the locker room. That's how mad he was. And I was like, well, I know he's a character. So, yeah, maybe he's susceptible to the head games. I don't know. Rattle one off his head early. Waste one on him.
Snow him. Just snow him. Get in his face.
Get at him.
Snow him. Just let him know it's coming. Like, just let him know it's coming, man. Like,
it's not like the Oilers really got to him.
No, they barely were around him last game.
They didn't.
So
yeah, give it to him. Go at him. Try stuff. Fire it at his melon. I don't care. That stuff pisses guys off. And if he's, a character and has that type of personality and demeanor, and that, especially with the history between Riddick and the Oilers, if I'm Leon Draisaitl, I'm yapping at him all night long. All night long.
Naughty Possum texts in. You're familiar with the Naughty Possum, right, Tommy?
Yes, I've met Naughty Possum. He's a nice guy.
Naughty Possum texts in and says, a single possum will be rolling around Rogers Place tonight, looking to get nasty later on. Let's go Oilers. You know what? Just sticking with this game tonight, it does tie in. If you missed it, if you're listening or watching the Oil Stream right now, and you missed the Nielson show today, Tommy, did you hear the one piece of advice that person was looking for about the ex going to the game, his girlfriend?
Damon Bunting?
Yeah, on free advice for Bunting?
No, I missed it.
Okay, buddy, I don't know if I have it around anymore, but off the top of my head, this guy slid into my DMs last night and would say, hey, for advice, you got to throw this one out to the boys. So he's been dating a girl for 3 months. Yeah. And her ex have season tickets together. And they are going to the game tonight. Her and the ex. And he's not going, and he's been with her for 3 months. And he was just like, what do I do, boys? Like, I mean, I basically said, if she knows this, she has to know this bothers you. And if she knows it bothers you and still goes, it's probably time to cut that leash. Is it not, Tommy?
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. And then listen, people are in love and are hardcore Oiler fans, but that's a rough look. I would have some issue. And like selfishly, if I was in that predicament and I like this girl and I want to stay with her and it's been 3 months, I would expect some kind of like, I'm going with my ex.
Yeah, because we have tickets.
Yeah. But I'll make it up to you by something. And if I got that promise, I would still be leery, but at least it would tell me that she is very aware of the optics and how bad it is. And yeah, that's a tough one. I'm curious. What did people say? Were they more? Well,
most people. It got lit up today. Like the inbox was. Yeah. People were like, "What is going on here?" And I think Matthew makes an interesting point. He says, "Let's not forget, guys. Season tickets is just provide first chance at the playoff tickets. So they got the tickets recently when the new boy's with her. So what's probably happened here is that the ex proceeded with the playoff tickets and was like, "Hey, we're still sharing tickets. Go to the game tonight." Somebody said, look, if the Oilers win tonight, it's going to be all romantic, and there's no way they're not going to get back. And then also, somebody texted in today and said he went to a game with one of his exes once. They got on the kiss cam, they kissed, and ended up getting back together. So, this dude's got to bail. He's got to cut this cord, man. I feel
so bad for him.
Yeah. I just don't see how it can happen.
I would want a long conversation to know what the heck's going on, an explanation, that would be important to me. I think I'd be very suspicious though. I don't like this.
I'd be angry. I couldn't watch the game tonight. I'd be so livid. It sucks. So as you watch the game tonight, win or lose, just remember you could be in that guy's shoes. all time bad luck.
That sucks.
All time bad luck.
That sucks.
Less is more says, guys, reverse it. What if you were the one splitting the tickets? Would you not go? If I care, if it was me and I had tickets, like, not now with my with my wife, but if it was me and my ex had tickets and I was with a girl who I knew it would rattle her if I went with my ex, I wouldn't go with my ex if I actually cared about her. Simple as that.
Right.
You just don't do that.
And Dusty, this is not going to be the last home game in the playoffs for Edmonton. Right?
Exactly.
So
this
I
is
would
just
say
the third.
you go to this game. I get the tickets the next game. You go to this game.
How can they not split? Why wouldn't they split?
That's how I would do that.
Could easily split. They want to go together. That's it.
Better alternatives.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is it. Joelle is in there and says, red flag, run right now. And Owen on a Wednesday here says, I'd buy tickets just to know and also go to the game. But yeah, then you're a real stalker. Right? At that point, you just got to cut bait. Like if you want to go to the game to watch and check up on, then it's not worth it, dude. It's just that simple.
Yeah. That's a bit of a pickle.
I hate this. This situation.
No bueno.
With that being said, we're all calling already the station for updates. Like, if this guy doesn't chime in tomorrow, we're going to have to track down his number, find his address, and go knock on his bloody door and be like, what's happening? What is going on with this? All right, Tommy Gazzola will have your pre- and post-game coverage from Bourbon Street, West Edmonton Mall tonight at Hudson's. Pre-game show gets rolling at 6:30. I'll be kicking around there for the game as well. Lieutenant Eric's going to be by, mostly because it's wing night, and I think he's always there on wing night. It just happens to be an Oilers game tonight. Eric's going to be sitting there. He's going to be like, oh, you guys are here. This is great. Hey. So it's the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game show tonight right here, 6:30. Leading up to the 8 o'clock puck drop, but not until about 8:20. As always, the Oil Stream brought to you in part by Coolbet, brought to you in part by Popeyes and their new Buffalo Chicken Wrap, the crispy Buffalo Chicken Wrap, and presented to you every single time by Boston Pizza. Playoff menu is now available. Fuel your fandom. Tommy, have a good pre and post tonight, buddy. I'll see you down there, and I'll talk to everyone tomorrow here on Edmonton Sports Talk.